know.
Oh my god.
I mentioned his name. I'm going to burn in hell now. I didn't know.
I'm sorry you're having a shitty Christmas, Hump.
Yes, it's been really good so far.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Never mind then.
Yeah. I did plan of I'm just going to drink. I'm going to drink. I'm going to drink. And what did I do? This is the first bit of alcohol I've had since.
That sounds like my Christmas.
I don't know. Oh, drink.
That sounds like my Friday.
Yeah.
It's every day.
So yeah, sounds like my week.
Ben, you missed it. When Pat turned up, he looked like Father Jack.
It's like, drink.
All you can see is that there's like a white patch where his neck is, and it was just hilarious.
Oh, right, because we thought it was his collar or something.
He does actually look like Brendan Gleeson.
I think Brendan Gleeson's got more charisma.
More
that's rude.
What?
That's not very Christmassy.
He's probably mixed, so fuck him.
Just remember, you're kicking next.
I know.
He's picking his nose, yeah.
I picked
That's
your
out for you.
Benny, are you wearing a Richard Attenborough? No, David Attenborough.
It's the David Attenborough jumper.
David Attenborough.
Oh wow, that's fucking
Attenborough.
Jesus.
kind of funny.
Did you say Edinburgh?
That's what it is, yeah. See?
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
I hate the fucking puns all day.
Oh god.
He's not wearing his Gremlins jumper.
Oh.
I wore it last week.
Wrong
Yeah.
film.
I wasn't there for that, was I?
I can't wear the same.
Oh yeah, you
too much
weren't.
running.
I forgot that you weren't.
If you'd informed me, I could have got like a tuxedo t-shirt.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I could have put
We
my
could have
suit
all
on.
wore tuxedo.
Tuxedo. Yeah, tuxedo t-shirt would have been a good idea.
I had no idea there was a dress code. I'm wearing a cardigan that my nanny made me.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Yes, all right.
Is it proper knitted? Like a
Yeah. She knitted this from. Oh wait, no, that's my belly.
proper- Oh wow,
I don't know if you can
it's pretty
see
good.
all that. The buttons don't all fit, but I didn't tell her.
Hey man, it's the thought that counts, right?
It's very much the thought that counts. She spent a year doing it, so I was like,
Holy shit.
I'll just
It's
shut
your
up.
nan, right?
Yeah.
You can't wind up your nan. I used to wind up my nan.
Well, she's 89, so I don't think she's going to take a lot of winding up.
Oh,
No.
blimey.
Jesus, I think my granddad's like, fuck, he must be like 97 or something.
All right, it's not a competition.
Yeah, my granddad's older than your nan.
Oh,
And to be honest, Alex, your nan is like a million times better than my granddad, so you've won it fairly well. Right, my granddad is a complete dickhead.
Rob, I think we need another award.
What's that?
Humphrey's favourite nan.
Nan. Well, yeah, I'm
Still.
not anyone's nan.
She never kidnapped a monkey. So
What?
Wow.
Rob's
You
granddad
must have
once kidnapped a monkey.
Yeah, you must have heard that one before, Dan.
Oh, probably a long time ago.
So my granddad used to work on the docks, and a monkey came over on a boat one day. And obviously this was in the times before camera phones, so he was like, well, nobody's going to believe this, so he just took it home with him. And then the monkey lived with him for like 2 weeks until it started a rivalry with Grace, and then they had to take it back.
Wow, that's good.
Should have got rid of Grace.
Oh, my poor auntie.
That's not very Christmassy either.
A monkey. She could have found a new home. That monkey probably died on the streets.
It might have done, to be honest. I don't know what happened to it.
Probably sold itself.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
It was a
I've got a degree in marketing.
Next to him was like,
fucking hell. What the fuck?
Right, shall we start?
No.
And we aim for a manual.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, man.
What time did you say?
Well, he said he remembered it was 10.
Oh, it's not going well so far.
Get so you'd
You can fuck off, Ben.
Yeah, Ben.
I was here before John, so there we go.
I had a reason. You didn't.
I saw the messages and I didn't rush up. That's all.
You didn't?
That's the best excuse for being late, to be fair. I saw the messages and I didn't rush.
Yeah.
No, he got his crystal glass tankard. I've never, you know what, Ben? I've never
He's
seen.
coming.
I've never seen a tankard like that ever.
I thought it was quite normal. It just I got it over Christmas like 5 years ago.
You
It's
fucking
like-
swiped that off some old deer's windowsill.
It is. It's like
I've dropped it and
basically
it's not broke. That's how strong it is.
what they've done. They've got a wine glass. They've cut the bottom off it and stuck a handle to it, and they're like, "Yep."
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just a normal glass and they've stuck a handle on it.
Yeah, it is basically that. You're right. And look how well it's made. Look.
Made by some. I don't know where they're made. Is it where? What's the make of the glass, Ben?
It doesn't have a brand. It's just
Does it not have a like a logo on the bottom?
no.
I'd laugh if this was just a ruse for Dan trying to get Ben to spill his drink. He's like,
I
I
didn't
don't know.
think of
It's
that.
been so long. I
When
can't remember.
I was thinking, look, 'cause I've done shit like that where I've gone to look at stuff and I've gone like,
Oh.
and then chucked them all because I'm stupid.
I realised something really bad yesterday.
Oh, there he is.
You're really quiet, John. Sorry.
Is it not picking up the right mic? Hang on.
Oh wait.
Oh, he's got his. Oh, Manuel's got his onesie.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's Christmas.
Emmanuel, I only ever see you wearing that at Christmas time.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Well,
For
It's
one reason.
gingerbread man. Yeah.
Because you know, Rob, like, it's a
Damn.
Christmas holiday.
You can't exactly wear it to Steak and Co, can you?
You could. What the fuck does it matter? They look at you a bit like, okay,
Is that better?
no, you
Oh,
still
that's even worse.
You're really quiet.
Don't know why. Hang on.
Tell Ian I say hi.
That make any
Yeah,
difference?
sorry. I had missed the notifications at first. I was doing something.
Even though you remembered it was 10.
Emmanuel's so loud, but John's so quiet.
As it should be.
And I can't hear John at all. Oh.
Oh, I went too far. Sorry, guys.
Fucking Christmas.
John has left the beat.
It's fucking Crimbolium, and you've done that.
Got a screenshot. That's all it matters.
Emmanuel's muted himself. Al
He limit.
Pacino.
Gina.
Oh, yeah, it's 'cause,
There we go.
I'm the only person with a Christmassy name.
Is that better?
saying
That's
something
great.
about
Slightly, yeah.
I'm
Hang on,
trying
I'm
to
getting
think.
mixed opinions there. Alex said it was great. You said slightly.
It's
can hear
definitely
you.
not great.
It's average. Yeah, sorry, I'm.
Oh, Al Pacino. Oh, cool.
Pacino.
Oh, you're even dressed up. Nice, man.
Yeah,
I didn't see your video until now.
He's gonna.
He's a
gonna marry
priest.
us. He's gonna marry us.
Okay,
he's
I wasn't
gonna
told of this
he's
before.
He's gonna give us a blessing.
Should we get going?
Yeah.
No, hang on. I'm trying to sort my fucking mic out.
Okay, I don't want to oversell it this time, but that was adequate.
That was adequate, yeah.
That's
what we
I've
all
got to
agree
take
on.
this. No.
It's something with like HyperXs. Sometimes it has that. I found.
I've
Oh,
only ever had
oh.
that problem when we're doing a Zoom call.
Oh, Pat,
Freeze to do that.
Pat, do it again.
Yeah, same. I tried to use it with like a Teams call, and one time they said, "Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's too low." I was just like, "Oh."
As long as it's good enough.
Nipples.
Dan, I have a quick thing to tell you before we start. Remember we were talking about that glass you got me on the last call?
Yeah.
when I showed Ben that I was using the one that he got me, I was like, hang on, why aren't I using the one that Dan got me? Because I really like using that. And then I remembered I somehow forgot it at my mum's, and so I just have to wait until all this shit is over with, and I can go back and get it.
Alright.
It's destroyed.
It's not alright. I really like it. I'm having to drink from a can with a straw.
Nice.
We didn't have
Damn it.
space in the car for all the cat hair and that cup.
The cat hair.
Get the cat area, and otherwise
To
you
be one sacrifice.
couldn't have that.
God, that fucking journey.
That cat hair.
Right.
Shall we start?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I suppose really before any awards get announced, we should start with the proposed discussion for the award that ended in a tie.
Ooh.
So for the franchise standout award, Creed and Alien are tied in every which way. So we need to decide who is gonna vote for the other to break the tie. Alec has agreed to speak for Creed. Would anybody like to speak in favour of Alien?
I don't even remember seeing
Oh,
Creed on there.
Interesting.
I feel like Creed's won if nobody steps forward.
Well, I'll speak for Alien if Dan doesn't.
I mean, I
Oh,
can
Pat.
speak for Creed.
Pat's had a stroke.
That's first.
Pat's had a stroke because I'm defending a Rocky movie.
If it was, oh man, no, Pat's hurt.
Brenda is now.
If it was Kaluki a second.
Connection's terrible.
Yeah, Pat is still like.
Oh,
It's
bro.
like,
I got a screenshot.
oh.
He's moved one frame at a time.
Oh god.
1 frame per minute.
I like everyone's using different things for their camera, but Pat
Oh.
is the absolute worst.
Oh dear. Oh man.
Well, this is going.
Big
Well.
success.
Rob actually looks like a radio
Yes.
presenter.
I think that's already what he was going for.
I'll take it.
Well,
He
Fob
isn't-
was doing it all, it'd be fine.
Don't like it's anyone else. Here I am in my fucking dressing gown.
We've got 2 Jesuses, 2 priests, and me and Ben are wearing knitwear.
Yeah, but two drops.
What was the question, Rob?
Basically, do you want to say something in defence of why Alien should win the franchise standout award?
Over Creed.
Creed specifically.
I think that's won it.
That was his own drum roll.
That was Alien. That was very robotic. So that's got to be. An
Can we
Alien.
move this over to Facebook?
No.
Well, the only problem if we move it to Facebook is I can't do something that's in the presentation.
Yeah. you
Yeah,
can.
Pat.
So it should
Oh,
be different.
Sort you in now.
But you're in there.
well, I might be jumpy tonight then.
What about if you use
fine.
your 4G rather than your Wi-Fi?
Is that what you want?
I'll have to use my phone then. Give me a couple minutes and
Yeah, no worries, man.
I'll be back.
We ain't got anywhere to go.
Oh,
I mean, I was gonna go to the moon, but okay.
It is a bit strange that it's like Christmas. I don't mind, like, because I normally go away on Christmas Day, so I'm used to going out. But like I'm stuck indoors, and they don't know if I'm sick, so it's just like.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
No, someone had to say it.
I'm free. If it's any consolation, at all, I'm going to be by myself until 6 p.m. tomorrow, and I've got to make my first ever Christmas dinner by myself.
Oh man.
So, man,
Yeah,
Michael
you got
White
you
chicken.
got to think of it in a positive way, right?
I like it. There was no follow-up to that. Just.
I didn't get a chance to say anything. No, you just think you got the accomplishment of doing it. If you do it well, then you think to yourself, "I did really well with this," and it's. a
He
good
fucks
thing.
it up, then that's it.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I might still fuck it up.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables in your plan.
It's going to be the first dinner he's ever had, so you only not even know what a good one is, so it's fine.
That is a
Ever
good.
had?
Yeah, you said you're gonna make your first ever Christmas dinner.
No, the first Christmas dinner I'm ever going to make.
Oh well, that's a different story.
I've clearly had more than one Christmas dinner in my life.
Who am I to question?
Yeah. I'm gonna have about 3.
3?
Yeah, because I basically had a roast today. I'm gonna have a roast tomorrow, and probably on Boxing Day I'm gonna have another roast. So it's gonna be 3 Christmas dinners.
I thought it would be like 3 in one day. That's next level. That.
Isn't a Christmas dinner, so unless they're specifically Christmas dinners, you're not having 3. Because you can't just count any roast as a Christmas dinner. That's
And pigs in blankets.
I've had hundreds of Christmas dinners.
yeah.
And 3 back to back.
I've had a Christmas dinner every Sunday since I was born.
Sunday roast dinner.
Oh, that reminds me actually. You know that bloke earlier I was saying about he was complaining that his coffee was too cold. He did say one line that was worth listening for. So he was talking about the Tesco Christmas sandwich, and he was like, "It's all right. It's turkey. It's bacon. There is cranberry sauce. I will tell you." And then the guy he was talking to was like, "Yeah, I'd notice if you didn't."
Every person you overhear is Graham, and I don't know if you know that.
That is actually to Rob.
Sorry, Rob. What did that guy say? The coffee?
So basically, I overheard him say the truth is out there. So I started listening. And all he was doing was complaining about his coffee being too cold. But then later on in the conversation, he was talking about the Tesco Christmas sandwich, and he was like, "There's turkey, there's bacon, there's cranberry sauce. I will tell you." And then his mate was like, "Yeah, I'd notice if you didn't." I can't. Oh, I was going to say I can't tell if you're frozen again. You're just sitting very still. Right, is everything all right now?
I don't know.
I just found my phone.
Other than, I don't like the manual now either.
Oh god. Oh.
Huh? What's happening?
It's when you see this thing just like whoa.
Different levels of that we might get pissed on, but it's fine.
Oh.
Right,
What
Pat,
is he doing?
the question was, do you want to speak in defence of Alien winning the franchise standout award against Creed?
Who's spoken about Creed?
Nobody.
No one yet, but Alec has agreed to.
Yeah, let him, because he'll lose.
Alex, you want to speak first?
Yeah, sure. I was just saying. I think Creed should get the franchise standout over Alien because I watched 6 Rocky movies and none of them. Like we already had like kind of an established sort of standard with what a Rocky film was, which I don't think was attained until we reached Creed. Whereas with Alien, I think we started with the standard and then struggled to reach it ever again. So I think, like, as a franchise, Creed sort of exceeded where everyone else, like, didn't quite reach that standard. Whereas, yeah, that's sort of true of the entire Alien franchise. Yes, John, you at the back.
I just have a question which determines who I'm going to go for, depending on what you say. When you say franchise standout, specifically, what do you mean? Just that it's one movie within a franchise that stands out above the rest of them?
Yeah, basically.
I think my big argument is that Alien could be a film on its own, and we wouldn't have a franchise, and it would be it would just be fine as a standalone. Whereas Creed kind of is part, it like needs the franchise to kind of inform it, and like it is the gold standard of that franchise for me.
Are you going to elaborate, or are you done? I don't want to speak over you.
Are you done bitching? Or I'm gonna let you finish. That's kind of my opening sort of statement for it.
Well, it doesn't just have to be he's done and then you go and that's it. Like, there can be some discussion with the rest of us as well, obviously. So just go for it.
Well, with Alien and Aliens are probably the only 2 that sort of stand out in that entire franchise, which sort of shows you how difficult it is to make a really good Alien film. Whereas with the Rocky and Creed stuff, apart from Alien, like a lot of people sort of adore multiple of those films. So I don't necessarily think Creed stands out. It's a fantastic film, but I don't think it stands out quite like Alien does, where Alien is one of the greatest horrors ever made.
Well, I would argue that Creed does stand out, even if you do like the Rocky movies. It's like you don't see it as a Rocky movie. Like I do slightly disagree with that. Like I feel like it could have been a movie on its own and it would have been great. Like you didn't really have to have the backstory. Obviously, it makes it a lot better because of his dad and everything like that. But like Creed, as far as I'm concerned, is absolutely the best Rocky movie. So even though I like most of them, it still stands. Whereas I do kind of agree with Alec that with Alien, technically speaking, it does still mean it is a standout of the series. But with Alien, it's like they did it, and then everything else was just like, oh, okay.
I think if I can just amend something, if we get away from sort of like just the quality alone, like I think like having the knowledge of the franchise before Creed like really like enhances it, and like you can't. I think like John said, it's like a great movie by itself, but I think having that knowledge of the franchise sort of really bolsters it like further. Because I think if I'd only watched the first Rocky and Creed, then I wouldn't have like enjoyed it as much. Whereas, yeah, like with Alien, not the case.
I see both sides, to be honest, because I think if you're just looking at it as a sort of quality of film thing, then Alien is the better film. But I think the thing with Creed, I think no matter how much you like Rocky as a franchise before, I think Rocky sort of started with a really good film and then slowly declined, and then Creed came in and then brought the average like right back up again. So for that reason, I would go for Creed, just because it basically revived the franchise, whereas Alien, it's like Alec was saying earlier. I think you could take Alien as its own film and not really worry about ever having any of the franchise around it. So I don't see Alien as part of its franchise. I see Alien as its own film, whereas Creed is very much part of Rocky, and it very much stands out among Rocky.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say is Creed didn't sort of revolutionize its genre where Alien did. Like there's been nothing there's nothing else like it of that quality. So that's why Alien sort of gets my vote. But I see the other side of it as well.
My counter argument to that would be that while all of that's true, I don't think that matters to it as a franchise. That's it as an individual movie. Like it revolutionized things as its own thing, which again I think just enforces the fact that it's a movie that you could watch on its own and then that's it, and you don't need to worry about the rest. That specific movie is what revolutionized things and deserves like 1,000,001 awards. Whereas Creed, like, it was a culmination of all the things that came before it, and really, like Rob said, it revitalized the series. So I think specifically for this award, I personally think that Creed should get it as a franchise standout. Alien like deserves 1,000,001 other awards, but I don't think this one. Fuck off, Pat. I don't think this one. I don't think it should win this one. Basically.
Manuel at the back.
Yeah, I would like to, even though obviously I wasn't watching all the things along with you guys. Two questions. One question first. Does Prometheus count in this conversation or no?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
no, I thought it was. I thought it was just speaking about the one particular movie in the franchise, if it is a standout of it.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, but Prometheus counts as part of the Alien franchise.
Yeah,
But it's not the thing that's getting the vote.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of a franchise in itself, I would say I would vote towards Creed just because of how it managed to, as a standard, along the whole journey throughout its kind of all the different movies, how it managed to keep that many people interested, expecting, wanting, and again, Creed is touted as a great film as well. Whereas, like you said, with the kind of the Alien one, it just was just like, and a lot of things behind it, the artwork and all other things are really, really great. But as a franchise, the Creed, Rocky films, that it held its own. It became its own real thing. I mean, there's plenty of things that were made inspired by the franchise itself, and yes, Alien did it well in its own kind of way, but Creed, Rocky kind of franchise affected the mainstream so much and became a staple. So yeah, I would vote towards Creed. But that's me.
I think what it really comes down to is I think Alien kind of started with like its standard being up here and then just sort of gradually declined until everyone stopped giving a shit. And then Rocky did a similar thing and sort of started here, dipped massively, and then Creed brought it back up. So it's whether you value the franchise starting really well or whether you value Creed more for reviving a whole franchise. I think Creed.
I think Creed.
Yeah, I think
Do you
so.
want to do like a quick like kind of head county thing, like just like arms up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Creed.
Because
Was that half a vote then?
Because I'm kind of like, I agree with that. So my vote on the poll was Alien.
Honestly,
Now
I've
I'm more
not seen it,
convinced
so I
it's
can't
Creed.
really.
That's the right answer.
It's fine because it doesn't matter what any of you say because that was a majority.
Yeah, that was a majority.
No, that was 51%. Too close.
That was a bigger majority than Brexit.
I'd like to still hear why like arguments like against, but like what haven't we convinced you of?
What? Oh no,
Why
I
do you still think Alien?
Well, no, what I was going to say before you made the vote is with both films, or I've not seen Creed, so it's
Yeah.
but I know of the Rocky films, and it's basically what they did really well, both things, even if they had like shitty films at the end, like Rocky 5 or Alien Resurrection.
Rocky 5's pretty good.
Is it good? I don't know. I can't.
Alien
remember.
Resurrection is also pretty good.
It's blank.
Worse.
Right. So my point is that they did a really good, like the story and the actual world building in the things. They seem quite real. If you can say Alien is real, but they feel like a real environment where people are actually living in that space. Like some films where they kind of, you can tell it's a film because it's so hyper whatever. But like Rocky,
It's got a aspect ratio.
Well, no, but like if you look at, because I've
That's a
seen
square.
but like the actual characters seem like real people in a real situation instead of it being like a film where it's
What
like,
has that
oh,
got to do with it being a franchise standout?
no, but that's what I'm saying about both films. They do that really well. But the thing is, as I said, I've not seen Creed, so I can't really say nothing about it.
Right. I mean, that's fine. But what I mean is, like, you're making an argument for things that are good about it, which is fine. But it needs to relate to why you would say that means it's a good standout in the franchise. Because we're talking specifically about the first Alien movie and the first Creed movie as standouts from each franchise.
Well, Alien, it's like a pioneer in its genre. It's kind of one of them films that it is one of the most iconic sci-fi. It is a horror film, but it kind of
it's more a thriller than a horror, I think.
I think it depends. It kind of was a horror film back when it came out, but now you kind of I think Aliens 2 changed that because it made it more of a action film. Because it was a bit more, we're going to fight against these things instead of, oh no, wait, we're going to get killed by them and we don't know when, which is basically a horror trope. But
I feel like Humphrey's kind of derailed this.
Yeah, fuck you.
I feel like
because
Dan,
you voted for.
I feel like Dan did what he does every week, and instead of not watching the movie, he didn't look at the question.
I think I'm confused now too, but okay.
But
Yeah.
look, I mean, we voted anyway,
We shall see what went.
Alien.
but
I think the whole voting thing is rigged. Like you went to
well,
voting polls and
You're saying
Dan's
Rob-
breaking up. I can't hear him.
Oh.
Right, just
There's voter fraud.
can you see
Um,
my ginger toupee?
but yeah, like I mean, obviously, my vote still goes to Creed, but like you could argue that the first movie being the best movie makes it the standout of a franchise. But I feel like it's a weaker argument when it's the first movie because it wasn't a franchise at the time of it being released.
Yeah, precisely. Like the first Alien just has to be just like had all the like opportunity to just build all the groundwork it wanted, whereas Creed had to work in context. So
Yeah,
for that
and it's
reason
a lot
alone,
harder to do that.
yeah, I'd say Creed. I'd like to hear what Ben has to say.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Fuck you.
well, I think the trouble is, like, you've made a good point there with that, saying that it started out so damn strong, and it dipped slightly, and then it just went downhill ever since Alien 3, pretty much. Whereas Rocky's kind of like ever so slowly just downhill, and then when it went to 5, it just went right back up to Creed again. So it's I can see your argument there that Creed is more impressive because it kind of like it revitalized the franchise from like fading into obscurity. Because if that film wasn't made, then Creed, well, the Rocky franchise probably would just be forgotten about.
Yeah.
So I can see why you've like it's more impressive.
Because they totally had to dig up Sylvester Stallone, didn't they?
Yeah, but as what Dan was saying, I can see that Alien is probably even more of a stronger film than Rocky 1 because it is so original and unique. It spawned its own genre out of it, like sci-fi horror in a sense. And it was so impressive for that reason alone, and probably should get all the kudos it was warranted.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
take your Creed vote.
We're not arguing whether like Alien.
While
is
you're
better.
arguing this, I'm gonna go and get a drink.
And remind you again, Dan, that the award is for standout.
Yeah, we're not arguing which one's the better film. We're arguing which one works better in its franchise.
Yeah.
Basically,
Said
somebody
I'm not
needs to pick
thinking.
Alien so we can give it an award next year.
Yeah, pretty much.
That
And
works.
Actually, because I've never seen it.
Oh, wonder what I'm gonna pick. Not that.
It's just, I mean, horrors have never been my thing, and that's what that was always touted as.
Hmm.
And like,
It isn't.
like
Yeah.
when did it first come out?
Ooh.
1979.
Yeah, so obviously it was
Really?
my own time, and so the only reason I'd see it is if it was like recommended to me, and it was never really recommended to me, and that's never been my niche. So
I'm really surprised that's over 40 years old. That's still brilliant.
Yeah, the thing is, it gets away with it because I won't say too much because of John, but like it just it works with the limitations of its time to like yeah.
It's because it uses its limitations as a strength. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It's like most films at that time. If you've got a really good director and they want to do something, they'll make it happen, and it
That's
works.
kind of the-
perfect.
That's kind of the sad thing these days. It's the same with video games as well. Like in olden days, both video games and movies, like they did the absolute best they could with the limited technology they had, so you could see all the passion and everything that went into it. Whereas now, like, as long as you got the money, it's fucking easy to make something look good. So some films just look good and aren't good. Like it's the same. It's just like just fucking brief tangent here because video games is me. It's like the Super Nintendo, they had a very limited like color palette and very limited technology to do the best they could, but some of the like all-time best games like still exist on that console because they did the absolute most they could with it. Whereas now you see people making like retro style games, but because they're just doing it for the nostalgia, a lot of them are fucking shit and they look shit because like it's not something built up to its maximum, like on the tiniest little piece of string ready to snap. It's like someone lowering down a fucking fat rope and just being like, whatever.
Well, it's they're cloning games. They're not making something original. They're just cloning something that's been done because that thing that they've cloned is really good. You're like, nah, this is not.
Well,
not
even
the same.
that, like they could be making their own game just in a retro style, but there's certain just kinds of pixel art that just look really bad unless it's like specifically stylized to that kind of like to the genre of the game or whatever.
Hmm.
And it's just like, what's the point? But anyway, what year did you say Alien came out again?
1979.
Oh wow, so it came out 3 years after the first Rocky movie.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Because I was just checking that because I was like, I wonder when the first Rocky came out. Like obviously, if
That
you
is
compare the
interesting.
movies on their own, I don't think they're comparable in general, like because they're completely different types of movies. They both had big impacts in their own way, but I think Alien, like without a doubt, I haven't seen it, but Alien without a doubt had a bigger impact and was just a better movie, both like technologically and just in general.
Yeah, because it's about people on a spaceship compared to a man who fights people. For money!
He doesn't just fight;
No.
he also gets hit a lot.
He beats his meat right.
Yeah.
Du-du-du.
Anyway,
Actually, that's
should we do the award show?
Yeah. that's.
I'd agree.
Let me know when you can see my screen.
Oh, do I have to? Do
See
I have
it
to make you
square.
full? Do I have to make you?
Rob's gone
Oh, square
Gonna have to-
ratio.
We're gonna have to make Rob
Oh,
the
Here we
standard.
go.
Oh wow!
Blimey.
Why is there a wolf eating
Is
a
it?
melon?
It's a
Let's stand on
watermelon,
the hangover
Dan.
day.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool, to be honest. I saw it on Reddit and I was
Oh.
like, I didn't know that wolves ate watermelons, and I thought that was really cool.
Always with the fucking veganism with you.
Oh, also, guys, did you know that reindeer don't eat carrots?
Really?
They eat lichen.
They eat wolves.
Lichen.
Who would have thought it, eh? Who would have thought it?
Fucking hell! What a film!
I didn't know that stereotype, but okay.
I'm gonna get rid of everyone so I can't see you.
And in all seriousness, I don't know what a lichen is. What are you talking about?
It's like moss.
It's like the mossy stuff. That's
Ugh.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, okay, I have heard of that.
Right,
Yeah.
let's start with an award that everyone knows the winner to. The Golden Pooh Award for the worst good brother, in the context of the film club only, goes to Patrick Kenny.
Oh, what? Wait a minute. I was a runner-up.
Have you just noticed who the runner-up is, Dan?
Yeah, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, so really, Dan, you did worse because you didn't even get a trophy.
Oh man,
I didn't even. I
Too
was a
funny.
runner-up for being shit.
Rob, you've had far too much fun doing this.
Well, I was going to say actually, I need to say a thank you to Ben for the graphic.
The funny thing is, I know exactly what picture
Nice,
that's
Ben.
taken from.
Oh god, that's amazing.
The Viewer's Choice Award for Best Good Brother, in the context of the film club only, goes to me.
Oh, of course.
See, Rob, I was kind of hoping you would just
Nice.
switch
Oh
to
my
your
God.
camera there for a second, and you'd just be going, "Hi."
Rob,
That would have been nice.
I got to ask, what happened to your shirt in that picture?
Well, you know, you realise you
Oh,
have
yeah.
to iron these things, and it seems a better idea not to wear one.
It should have been.
What?
It should have been Star Fluffer.
Rob was being a stripper this morning.
I'm just gonna fucking take a print screen of that.
It's okay, Rob. I know you and Rachel do stuff. It's
It's
okay.
got a fucking
You put
rainbow.
a t-shirt on, though. You know.
But here's the exciting thing about this bit is that we agreed that I now get to induct a pick into the Hall of Fame.
Mm.
Thank you again, Ben, for the graphic.
Oh wow! My God, bothers everyone.
Oh man.
So I put a lot of thought into this. So like obviously everybody's expecting me to induct Big Fish, but I thought about it and I thought I actually quite like that Big Fish hasn't been inducted. So my choice for the Hall of Fame.
Yes!
Ooh,
Oh, what?
what an unexpected choice.
No
So, yeah.
way.
I'm inducting the Big Lebowski as my winner's privilege.
That was very Christmassy.
Nice.
Congratulations, Pat.
Well,
Yes.
joke's on you, Rob, because this is what I expected.
Now it's only Humphrey who didn't get into the Hall of Fame this year.
I get the last place trophy and the Hall of Fame.
The Silver Alec Award for
Worst film I've ever seen. Nice.
And
thank you again, Ben. Goes to The Predator.
Yeah.
Boo!
Now I
what
was
a
a bit
fucking shit film.
I was a bit disappointed with this because The Man Who Would Be King got 2 votes and I thought we might do it, but The Predator got 3.
I can't remember who I voted for.
I thought I was
You vote
for the winner of this award.
Is this the new Predator film?
This is,
yeah, the new
Yeah.
one, not the
Yeah, I
original one.
totally agree with you. Because I don't know. I know the full. There was bits of the full. I say I enjoyed.
No, this is just
A
for
lot of it.
franchise. This is like for
Oh.
events and stuff.
Oh, this is
like
a franchise.
2020
Yeah. I remember going to see that film and hating it
Can we talk about
when it started.
Oh, AVP.
who the fuck did he kill to make that mask? Because those are really fucking tiny skulls.
The poster's great. I agree.
Like, what? No, it's not. It's awful.
No, the poster's
I'm
much better than the
disappointed
film.
that Alien vs Predator wasn't even a runner-up.
No,
Well,
Pat, that film is awful.
you're the only one who voted for that, Pat.
No,
The
seriously,
man who would be king got double its votes.
Voted for.
To be fair, I don't think Alien versus Predator had a bit where the autistic kid goes, "Oh, do you still? I'm sorry, I'm autistic," and then the dad goes, "It's okay. I didn't grow up how I wanted to either."
Oh god.
wow, yeah, that's no, but there was the bit that I hated about it was the fact that all the people were a bit nuts and that they was the good guys, and I'm like, who the fuck thought of this? Kind of plot line
You can't
of,
have good people who are insane.
no, but they was just so weirdly quirky, and I'm just like, this is no.
Can I just say, John keeps
Hey,
trying to
Luke.
talk, and then like everyone else's mic like just sort of silences him. So
Oh.
I could see him gesturing, but
Sorry, I can't see anyone because I've got it
Right.
I've got you all.
minimized.
No, all I said is that I feel like that's a non-point because in the first Predator movie, all the good guys are fucking crazy as well. So
Yeah, but they're supposed to be
Right.
mercenaries, right? And that makes more sense than them just being.
like think about how each and every one of them acts. They are mental.
Well,
that's okay.
They're commandos, right? That's what they did in the 80s. Whereas,
Go mental. I mean,
I'm fucking serious. You're never going to find out some of the stuff that them people kind of did in the 80s in South
yeah,
America.
never find out some of the stuff most people do in those countries.
Exactly.
I think Humphrey steered us into a field again. Let's
So, but yeah, that film deserves it because it is really shit.
Just
Right.
move on.
The Golden Alec. The Golden Alec again
Cool.
for the
Worst
worst film Alec's ever seen. Goes to this time it's weekly, by the way.
Yeah, weekly. Yay! Woo! Fuck the fool.
I voted for got second, so this works out for me.
Why is Lighthouse runner-up?
Because it got the most second preferences.
Fuck you, Pat.
Pat,
Yeah.
there's a funny thing about voting is that it's not just your opinion that matters.
No, I'm just confused as how did Reanimator get less votes?
Again, it's not just your opinion that matters.
That's why I said fuck you, Pat, because I knew.
Okay, I'm gonna stay quiet.
I was going to complain because my film was worse.
Mess.
Like, okay. My film was
yeah.
worse.
Basically, my film just had wanking in. That's
Yeah.
that's.
And we all took offence.
Because it wasn't printed.
Maybe the
Well-
first time, okay, I'm like, oh, this is a bit weird. But then the second time, I'm like, no. I can't deal with this.
I would have let it go, but it wasn't.
To be fair, I
can't-
think. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say I can't remember what's next, so I'll also be surprised when I hit the spacebar.
I'll just
You
say,
ready?
like, my favourite moment for that discussion was when I said that they modelled the mermaid after like shark genitals, and everyone went like, "I would have rather not known that."
Yeah.
Uh,
I also would have rather not been reminded of that.
Shark genitals.
Sorry.
That's all right. Right, let's see what's
Right.
next. Oh, the Franchise Standout Award. As we all know, it goes to Creed.
Whee!
Mm.
Little bit of trivia. I made that as we were talking about it. Yeah.
Very good.
I did. That was my
Nice.
next question.
Yeah, I was wondering if you made it while we were talking, or if the next slide is then Alien.
Is Alien?
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Break glass in case of alien.
He made Creed.
Yeah, has it
you,
over it.
you made the poster, right, Rob? I'll be impressed.
Right, let's see what's next.
My friend.
Best special effects.
Ooh.
So this was an interesting one actually. This was one of the only awards that was pretty much unanimous. So this got 4 votes in the first round of voting, so it was over straight away, and it went to Hoyt Yeatman for The Fly.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Does make
Fucking
sense.
The
fly.
Fly and Evil Dead were easily the best two in terms of that.
Oh,
Yeah, I was quite happy with the getting the runner up there.
I love
don't
The
remember
Fly.
what I voted for because, like,
Goodness, they could do
I-
either one.
I can't remember what I voted for. I think I would have voted for Evil Dead because it actually made me feel a bit sick, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
The
you
Fly
did.
also made me feel sick.
Yeah. Oh, see, the Fly,
And
the
it-
Fly
yeah.
didn't get me.
Oh,
the
the
bit-
Fly
oh,
massively
no.
got me, man. The Fly, when he was like vomiting on his food and
Oh,
eating it,
no.
I was just, oh man,
Oh,
this is too real.
Like, I
I was
definitely
gonna
had
say
moments
that.
where I was like, ugh, but I didn't have moments like I did in Evil Dead where I was literally like, is it? No, it's still going.
Oh no, my skin was crawling throughout The
Yeah.
Fly.
For like a week after I watched The Fly, I was really paranoid of having like dry skin and stuff.
Oh god, I'm glad I didn't get
Brilliant.
that because I've had really bad dry skin recently, so I'd have been like, oh
Oh,
no,
man.
ugh.
Oh, it's horrible.
And you're thinking that
Just my nail
fingernails
comes off like,
Oh man, that was
Oh.
the bit, man. The nail coming off just, oh man, made me shudder.
See, that's
Oh.
the thing for me. That bit is definitely like the ultimate moment for the special effects, but that didn't get me anywhere near as much as a lot of the Evil Dead stuff did.
The
Yeah,
pencil
no,
scene.
worthy winner, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right, let's see what's next.
Nothing.
Wait, oh, video.
I meant to hear sound.
Oh no, can you not hear it?
No.
You need to make sure you share your computer up.
At least we got subs, but it's a shame we can't hear
Oh,
them.
it's,
Can you hear it now?
Oh, it's paused.
But could you hear it?
No.
No.
Oh man, what the fuck?
You need to go onto the if you go down to where the mic is and go down to like the pop-up menu. I think it's in the audio settings. Hang on, let me have a look. Audio settings.
You never see the Oscars doing this.
oh, wait a
I
second.
tried
we've
it
got
out
some-
earlier with Rachel and it worked.
So I'm glad we mentioned it and we didn't like get to the end and you're like, ha ha ha. And I was like, yeah, we didn't hear any of it.
Right. Well, this is awkward.
This is, isn't it?
So, a word from our sponsors.
It's weird because there's definitely an option when you like load in to share computer audio, so it should just do it automatically.
Yeah, I thought you'd have to literally turn it off to actually not do it.
Well, no, what I mean is like when you join the call, it comes up asking if you want to share computer audio.
Yeah.
So that, like, unless Rob said no to that, it should be working.
Hang on, let me try.
I was going to say try leaving the call and coming back in, but I don't know if that will work with you.
Hang on.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I got it.
Really quiet.
Shut up.
Gentlemen, Maestro.
To sit in the room and hear not only see the visual of Maestro conducting, but to hear the way it sounds, the way that it sounds here, and the Atmos recording is amazing. It made tears come out of my eyes.
have an original score written by him for me is a once in a lifetime thing. He mentioned a theme that kind of played in his head from reading the script. Give me old Moriconi, the hit line. I think one of the key things that makes Moriconi very individual, very unique in a way. I mean, you hear literally one bar of the Moriconi soundtrack and you know it's him.
Goddamn 2020.
It was old. So
The Ennio Morricone Award for Best Music is awarded to, in the first round of voting, surprisingly, Blind Spotting.
Hmm.
Which I was quite surprised about, quite pleasantly surprised.
I have no idea who I voted for because, as I said, I'm not one for remembering music.
All that. I do not remember music very much at all. Fuck it.
It's funny because two things that I was thinking while we were watching that. One was, fucking hell, Rob, you've got your mouse in the middle of the screen. Fucking move it.
Shit, sorry.
And then I realised it was mine. So, and then I was just sort of sitting there and I was like, he's obviously like a fantastic composer. Like I recognise all these things even though I wouldn't have known they were his. And then I just started going off on this tangent in my head, being like, I've never really got the point of conductors. Like I know. And I was just thinking about that, like, I was thinking, like, is it shitting on him if I say that? I was like, nah, it's fine. He's a great composer, and I'm sure he's a great conductor. I just saw the point in them.
Oh man.
Fucking hell, what a follow-up statement to that.
it's
I've never really seen the point of composers, really.
I'm surprised that got in. I was like, oh, I don't really remember the set. To be honest, it was one of the first films we watched, so it was like fucking a long time.
It's the third film we watched. That was.
I'm like, I don't even remember what the fucking means.
Probably because you didn't watch it, Dan.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Boom!
I'm surprised you didn't have a slide just for so the person who didn't watch the films was.
I mean, we're not finished yet, Dan.
Oh,
We could have done a supercut of like all the times Humphrey went.
Oh my God!
What?
Imagine. I'd love
When
that.
did that
oh,
happen?
that what bit was that?
The thing is, Dan, you've now given Rob an idea, so he could easily be doing
He
this
could-
while
he
we're
could
doing
be-
the rest of it.
The 2021 awards is going to be a...
He ain't got.
Every year it'll just be a longer supercut of Dan being like, "What?"
Oh man, we could have the Daniel
Huh.
Humphrey Award for missed moment.
Mm. That's
Right,
a
what's
great.
next?
that-
Right, I will say with this one, I had great difficulty in finding a picture of the person who won it, which is why the picture of the person who won it is this bad.
Nice.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah,
Absolutely well deserved.
yeah, I agree. I thought the runner-up was well deserved as well.
Ah, thank you.
They're both great.
That was basically just me and you like bowing to each other.
Well done, old chap. No, you do.
except we can't see you, Rob.
yeah.
It's
is a
alright.
shame.
It was a spiritual bow. I felt it.
It is weird that it doesn't let you still have your video come through on the little box, because you're sharing the screen as the large screen, but your little box is still there on the right hand side.
Yeah, no, it does let you. It's just that everything
You're
gets
just
a bit
white.
laggy if I do both at once.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, so, but yeah. All right, best cinematography.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. The square. Nice. To be honest, I wish I had that physique.
Thank you.
Did
once
you
again
send
to
me
Ben.
that?
It's fucking Alex's face.
It's fucking your face as well, you tit.
Yeah, I know that, but it's Alex's face. I didn't realise that Rob and Alex was in it. Rob's one sticks out quite a lot. Alex don't.
Alex also got a cleavage.
That's a stunning attention to detail there.
To be honest, if his head was that big,
Well, no.
it'd fall over.
That's fucking brilliant.
Oh my god, that's great.
Just start.
That's cool.
What is the square?
It's a random film that came out like 2 years ago. I have not seen it, but I know it was like a big like Oscar bait film, you know.
Wait, what?
And it's just called The Square. That's all.
So is this not actually the thing then?
No.
No, this isn't the winner.
Looks funny though.
Who's the dude? Oh.
You?
No, I mean,
I'm not sure. I can't remember who was actually the main guy in that.
It's you, Dan. God, like, don't you recognise yourself?
I like Ben. I
What's
like
that
how
mean?
you've sat here photoshopping this and you've forgotten who the guy is.
All I know is that he did the mocap for Planet of the Apes.
I mean, what I really
Andy
don't like
Serkis.
about this picture.
Not him.
Oh, then that makes sense.
Oh,
'cause I was
wait.
gonna say he's got those really weird like old man boobs.
Yeah.
Like that kind of like you could like flip them up a bit.
Oh dear. Right.
just put
Anyway,
manipulative
best
on
best
better.
cinematography.
Nice. Yay. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's 2 in a row for Evil Dead, which yeah, I was quite pleased about.
I'm happy
Although
with that.
I actually voted for Stanley Kubrick on this one.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Good job, he didn't fucking win.
Ah,
Oh, man.
how mean, how mean.
Well, I am a Grinch.
I'm just happy to be in a Photoshop.
Best production.
Best production. So this again was a bit of a landslide actually. This won on the first round, and it's the second award of the night for The Fly.
Ah, Fury.
Which I think
Fury
is
is
very well
runner-up
deserved.
yet again.
Wait, more than one person voted for Fury.
I think 2 people voted for Fury actually.
Really?
That
I
would
think
be
so,
more.
yeah.
Rob.
Probably Pat.
Let me have a look.
Yeah,
It weren't me.
Well,
I did.
Well, if I did vote for it, it was the second one.
actually,
Yeah, so
Pat, where have you gone?
I'm still here.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm still standing.
Oh,
so actually this
you're switching you and Emmanuel out, and Rob's blank thing is there instead.
So this was actually a bit closer than I remembered, actually. So in the first round of voting, The Fly got 2 votes, Fury got 2 votes, Blind Spotting got 1, Pan's Labyrinth got 1, and The Truman Show got none. So The Truman Show was eliminated, and then we went to a tiebreaker of second preference votes between Pan's Labyrinth and Blind Spotting to eliminate one of them. Pan's Labyrinth got 2 second preference votes, and Blind Spotting didn't get any. So Blind Spotting was eliminated, and then Blind Spotting's vote, the next preference for the person who voted for Blind Spotting was for The Fly, which won it for The Fly.
What did I vote for? Because I remember thinking about voting for Truman Show and then deciding that I couldn't justify it.
I think you voted for The Fly.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Ah, congratulations, Ben.
Yeah, congratulations, Ben.
Eat a dick,
I
Ben.
haven't won yet. I'm so sad.
Humphrey's won a lot of runner-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually. You've had most
Just-
runner-ups.
Always the bridesmaid.
I'm
So,
just. Anyway,
so this one actually had to be decided on second preferences. So in the first round, 3 nominations got 2 votes each, and Reanimator didn't get any votes. So
Yeah.
Reanimator was eliminated. But then on second preference votes, the winner got 4 votes, and then the other 2 got 1 each. And the winner was Blind Spotting again.
Whee.
Oh,
Well done.
and
He definitely doesn't look as nice with a beard like that, but
Ask you how you would like to be remembered.
I admire your luck, Mr.
Bond. James Bond. Have you ever thought that you were born to act?
Is it about right, really?
My qualifications are very limited in terms of options. If your head comes away from your neck, it's over. I think he's been Scotland's greatest superstar. I can't think of anybody who's been bigger or is bigger than Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
For anyone to have that kind of longevity is astonishing. You know, to go from the 50s to now, it's the 7th decade. That's astonishing. He created James Bond as a character. Other guys tried to emulate it, but nobody could. Who else could possibly play Indiana Jones' father, except someone with the charisma and the kind of strong presence as Sean Connery has shown? What did you find, Dad? Me. Illumination. He pulls a knife. You pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital. You send one of his to the morgue. That's mission done. That's how you get them home. You drop a dead man and inspect him if you was ordered to. The sensation you're feeling is the quickening. You should get better all the time at whatever you do. Because that's the interest, that's the stimulus, that's the enjoyment. I think you can see his legacy in all the Scottish stars that are around just now. I don't think they would have got the opportunity to be who they are, to be Scottish and be leading men if it wasn't for him.
Now is the time, just for a moment, to honor the man who leaves us both shaken and stirred. We are here, all of us who love movies, to say thank you, Sean Connery, for at one time or another, you make it all of us want to be you.
both boo and yay.
Is Emmanuel just riffing out?
I mean, he's probably talking to his girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking to my sister. It's a funny topic.
I thought you were just
That
like
sounds-
Sean Connery. Fuck yeah.
Sean Connery was great.
Yeah.
Not my favorite Bond films, but probably my favorite Bond.
The
Yeah, I agree.
the funny thing with him is like he's like, and I know this isn't me shitting on him. I don't want that to be the thing that comes out of this statement after that video. But
the point of actors.
he's like definitely one of those sorts of people who shows like. I mean, you look at how handsome he was when he was younger, and then he's got that sort of old man handsomeness when he's old. But that middle ground where he was balding, fucking hell, like that was a bad look. Like, especially with just the moustache that looked like he put a fucking sausage on his lips.
Can I take this opportunity to ask that John doesn't speak at my funeral?
Absolutely not. I will be front and center.
Oh,
That's two in a row now.
two in a row where you've gone. Fucking
you're focusing on the bad stuff. I said he was handsome both when he was young and old.
He had a dodgy moustache in the 70s.
That was probably the worst video for you to show because I sort of teared up a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I did as well.
Oh, that's a success in my eyes.
I'm glad John undercut that. Just chopped it.
Fuck you.
So
shit when he was 50.
So this award actually went to 6 rounds of voting before we crowned a winner.
Don't say crowned a
winner. So I'll go through it sort of round by round. So in round 1, Jeff Goldblum and Mandy Patinkin both received 0 votes and were therefore eliminated. Ralph Fiennes and Sean Connery received 1 each. Mushroom and Bruce Campbell received 2 each. So there was a tiebreaker between Ralph Fiennes and Sean Connery. On second preference votes, Ralph Fiennes got 1 vote, Sean Connery got 0, and therefore Sean Connery was eliminated. And Sean Connery's vote went to Ralph Fiennes, which meant that in round 3, Mushroom, Bruce Campbell, and Ralph Fiennes all had 2 votes each. So we had to go to third preference. On third preference, Bruce Campbell had 2 votes, Mushroom and Ralph Fiennes had 1 each. So another tiebreaker had to be done between Mushroom and Ralph Fiennes, which Mushroom won 2-1.
Can I just take this opportunity to say fuck you, Ben, for picking Mushroom?
Who the fuck is Mushroom?
He's the fucking dog from Gremlins who beat Academy Award winner Ralph Fiennes.
Is he even credited in the film?
Yes, he is.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So the award came down to Bruce Campbell and Mushroom, and Bruce Campbell won.
Yay.
Oh, well,
What a fucking round.
Saying the point of dogs.
That's not nice, Harry.
Yeah, don't talk about Dan like that.
Dogs not just for Christmas.
I don't know if you have, because I think my mic goes quieter than everyone else's, but you've now ruined that future conversation with your daughter that we'll never have.
Oh dear.
Wait, what?
Bruce Campbell's look in this is like, how the fuck did he get runner-up?
You should have had him looking the other way, Rob.
He's just looking at all of you being like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
Why did you pick a dog?
He's just looking at Mushroom, like standing over the bloodied corpse of Ralph Fiennes, going, bloody hell.
You know, the best thing is, Rob, is the fact that a dog was a runner-up to a award for Sean Connery.
Well,
Sean Connery lost it.
What's quite bad is that a dog's got closer to an award than a woman has.
Women in any of the voting?
No woman was nominated, but a dog got a runner-up.
Dogs are better than women. Let's be real.
Oh dear. Right.
I'm not going to say no.
Were you going to say that women are all dogs? I know. Come on.
So this one was actually quite interesting because so basically everyone apart from the winner was tied on who would become the runner-up until the 6th round. But the winner won in the 1st round.
Okay.
And the winner and the runner-up were
Mushroom from Oh, right.
I don't know about Dustin Hoffman.
First one I voted for that's won.
I'm walking here.
Coincidentally, Pat, it's also the first one of yours that's won.
That's not technically on right at the beginning when you
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is
You
true.
got the shit award.
Yeah, there's that too.
Best actor. This was actually really cool for me. I didn't expect this, and I thought it was great that it worked out this way, because the winner as well as the runner-up were both in Blind Spotting.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You're
I voted
welcome.
for neither of them.
Ridiculous.
What
That don't sound bitter at all.
was it supporting actor?
Say that again, John.
Did you say was this for supporting actor?
No, this is best actor.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to be like, hang on, he's not a supporting actor.
Yeah.
But it said supporting actor.
They supported each other, John.
Movie.
But,
Right, we're into the big ones now.
Ooh.
Best director. So this was another one that stretched out a bit actually. So in the first round, Akira Kurosawa got 2 votes. Sam Raimi, Joel and Ethan Coen, Carlos Lopez Estrada, and Stanley Kubrick all got 1 each. So it went to a tiebreaker on who was eliminated, and Carlos Lopez Estrada, as well as Joel and Ethan Coen, both got eliminated in the second round. And then when their votes were counted to second preferences, the winner became Akira Kurosawa.
sick.
Oh my god, that's another runner-up.
Yeah.
I think we need to introduce like a most runner-up award. Like,
That'll be next year.
the Daniel Humphrey runner-up award.
No, it'll be nearly there. So close,
Oh,
yet
dear.
so far.
Fuck yeah.
So this was another one that went on and on and on. I'll tell you it from the start. So in the first round, Big Fish, The Fly, and A Clockwork Orange all got 2 votes each. Reanimator got 0 votes, so it was eliminated. And then on second preference votes, Big Fish got 3, The Fly got 2, and A Clockwork Orange got 1. So A Clockwork Orange was eliminated. And then when the vote for A Clockwork Orange was counted for their second preference, Big Fish and The Fly were tied on 3 each. So we had to go down to second preference votes, of which Big Fish had 3 and The Fly had 2.
Oh, right. Good.
Oh, very good.
See,
Big Fly.
I think the thing is, if you see the first Fly and what they had to deal with, what I had to adapt from, because I had to adapt from like a shitty mask. and a story about catching flies, and I think that
that's great. That scene is just so fucking bonkers.
obviously, shut up, runner-up. Obviously,
I'm not the
that's
runner-up.
Big Fish. No, you weren't even the runner-up for this one. You didn't know anything.
I've not even won one yet. I'm so sad. Well, except for the square.
Funny because I've seen the like source material of either of these, but I was just like, well, I'll base it on what I felt like did a really good job as a movie. So I'm
To be honest, I think they were both worthy winners.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Agreed.
I think it's fitting that it went so far between them, really.
Yeah.
Big Fish was clearly the best.
Back to the studio.
I was going to say Big Fish, but I like recognize the like how good it is, and then Pat's just like it was obviously the best.
I hate The Fly.
Well,
I don't hate The Fly. Just Big Fish was so much better than most films this year.
well, what you should do is you should do a super cut of Pat every time he makes one-liners. It's a bit like in a Family Guy when they're like, "So what's the weather like round here?" He goes, "Wet," and then it goes back to the studio. You should just like that. Cut of Pat just saying one-liners. A good film.
I'm for that.
For you.
Right, let's go. Carry on.
Family Guy sucks.
Best original idea. So
Certainly not Family Guy.
this one actually really surprised me. So it was a film that I didn't expect to win it, and it won it in the first round of voting.
Oh, what?
That's what I voted for.
But that makes sense.
I voted Evil Dead.
Well, you
Oh,
got
fuck
the
off,
runner-up
Humphrey.
To be fair,
gotta say,
I feel like if Evil Dead had won and Cabin in the Woods was the runner-up, that would have been criminal. Like, you can talk about what's better and what's not. Like, doesn't really matter. But just in terms of original idea, the way that they like just mock the genre. I know obviously Evil Dead does that as well in its own way, but I just feel like Cabin in the Woods, like, definitely worth the win there.
I think they did it really well compared to other films where they try and do it and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think the thing is, like,
I was just going to say, there's a lot of satire things that end up becoming the thing they're mocking instead of actually staying on the mocking.
I think the thing is that like the Evil Dead and Cabin in the Woods are like they're almost like the same film in different time.
Mm.
So I think that
Yeah.
the things that the Evil Dead did to kind of like parody its genre and sort of like make a comment about the things that were going on, I think if you were like a big horror fan, then you'd have like tuned into it a bit more. But I think because the Cabin in the Woods does that in our time, it's a bit more apparent.
Yeah, definitely to someone like me who doesn't watch many horrors, so it makes sense why I would have picked that over Evil Dead.
But I think that's definitely a worthy winner and runner-up in that one.
Yeah,
Can I
I would
just
say so.
say it's really really nice that this was like the film to kind of start this all off. So I'm really glad it's got a bit of recognition.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because especially because we didn't really have like the discussion format down when we did it. So like, yeah.
Not that it's your film.
Just the woods, no cabin.
Shut up, Havenfree. You haven't got an award yet.
I'm like
Even-
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Even John's got an award.
I think Dan's the only one who doesn't have one.
Oh my god.
John got the Golden Alec Award, and he's still won more than you.
Shit! I should have picked a really shit film,
Who
and I would have won.
He
an
did.
award.
who picked the Clockwork Orange?
Me.
That was Dan.
Yeah, so Dan has an award then, hasn't he?
No, Clockwork Orange hasn't won anything yet.
It's been a runner-up.
Who's runner-up?
Been the runner-up like 3 times.
Stanley Kubrick, one of the winners though.
No, Stanley
No.
Kubrick was the runner-up for cinematographer and director.
I saw him win one, but fair enough. I'm
Yeah.
obviously wrong.
Carry on,
Right.
Rob.
Hump award.
I guess Dan's still shit.
Humphrey, always the runner-up. Oh, sorry.
Now more than ever, the illusions of division threaten
No, don't do this,
very
Rob.
existence. The old truth, war connects us and separates us. But in times of crisis, the wise build bridges, while the foolish build barriers. We must find a way to look after one another. We will work to be an example of how we as brothers and sisters on this earth should treat each other. As if we were one single tribe.
Clark.
Hear me well on this day. You would rather find purpose than a job or a career. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose.
And the best hero is Chadwick Boseman.
When I dare to challenge the system that would relegate us to stereotypes, a different path opened up for me. The path to my destiny.
You can do this, T'Challa!
You really want to do this? I am Prince T'Challa! Son of Prince T'Challa! The time has come for you to come home. Be reunited. In my culture, then it's not the end. It's more of a stepping off point. Reach out with both hands and bust, circulate. Lead you into the green belt. Keep it on forever.
Hey guys, that's a picture wrap on number 1, Chad.
Say, I don't want to bring anyone further about this, but just watching that reminder, like I don't know if any of you read about it when it came out, but there was like an article talking about obviously what he was going through that he kept to himself, and you think about how much like time, effort,
Mm,
and everything had to go into like a movie like The Avengers, and he was going through all that during that without complaining or anything, like, and just goes to show like what an amazing guy he was. And yeah,
I think the thing that always stands
agreed.
out to me was I can't remember the name of the actor, but is one of his co-stars on The Five Bloods, and they interviewed him just after he died, and they were saying like, what was it like to work with Chadwick Boseman? And he said, oh, well, I actually feel really bad now because I was really excited to work with him because of Avengers, and then when we got on set, like he had his own personal trainer with him, like he was always, like his girlfriend was always there, he was always getting massages, and like I used to go home and tell my wife like this guy's just a massive prima donna. But then when you look back and you realize why all those things are happening, it's a
that's
different story.
that's exactly what I was thinking about, because that was part of that article talking about how like it just made him seem like really just, you know, above it all, but
Mm,
all it was actually fucking damage control so that he could do his best to make that movie.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And like that's
Mm,
right there, because like who would do that? Like honestly, for just for one movie. But
Yeah.
because it wasn't just about the movie, it wasn't just about money or fans. Like, you know, he's a massive symbol for like black youths. He's the first, like, obviously there's been black superheroes in the past, but never on this scale. Like Black Panther is the first proper like black superhero for people to look up to. So like he had to keep that going.
mm.
So I got a lot of respect for the guy.
Yeah.
Also, I was gonna say it's good. It shows also that the directors at the time that he worked with were respectful enough not to say
Yeah,
why that was happening, because they would have known because of health and safety and everything. They would have had to know, but
yeah,
they did not talk about what he was going through.
yeah.
They just
Yeah.
left it for him to say if he really wanted to, which is good.
And
I
that's
think
sorry, Rob, go
I,
on.
I was just gonna say I think that's a huge thing, to be honest, that people don't sort of recognise enough, is that he was going through this for years and years, and none of us knew about it until the day he died.
Yeah.
So like the amount of people that didn't say anything is amazing, really.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, you don't realize how much of a fucking ridiculous feat that is until you remember what kind of age we were in, and like how every little thing about someone comes out because someone either wants to make money off of it or just an offhand remark or something like that. So for something like that to be kept secret for so long just goes to show like how much people respected him. And
Yeah.
like I think that goes a long way to show how great of a person he was as well.
Yeah.
I think it's testament to the fact that did make me like tear up quite a bit, and also
Yeah.
John managed not to insult him directly after.
Fucking hell.
Try if you want. I wasn't
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
You're
when I
right,
started,
Ham.
when I was going to be like, I just want to say it, I was waiting for people to be like, no, don't.
Don't do it.
That was the thing. You started off with, I don't want to bring anyone down, and I was like, how? How has he done
why?
this again?
Why?
I didn't want to further
Bad,
it, like
bad taste.
like a feel bad thing, because obviously you get quite emotional about stuff.
Just after all that, John just swings in and goes, he had big ears.
His ears are pretty normal size, to be honest.
But I think taking everything into account, sort of who the award is named after this year, there was really only ever one winner.
Yeah, there's no way that it couldn't have been that.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember who I went to vote for at first. I think I said it before, but then I was thinking about it and I was like, well, no, considering what the award is for and considering how powerful that movie is in getting that kind of point across about like racism and stuff like that, it's like there's just no way you could pick another movie.
Yeah. No, I agree. But that means that we're now officially into the big two. We've only got best
Big story.
We've only got best story and best film left now.
Guess what one is?
It's
And
big story. Oh wait.
Big Lebowski.
Well,
Actually, it's Best Lebowski.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Pat, but
Yeah, I knew it was going
And Rob got the runner-up spot as well.
But yeah, no, that was in the first round of voting. He got 3 votes on the first round, which meant that it won straight away.
As it should.
And then best film, similarly,
Big Fish.
won in the first round of voting.
Oh,
and look at that, Dan got the big runner-up as well.
You're welcome.
Sweet.
Did that happen?
Interestingly,
Take
the
that.
4 films that were nominated for best film, only one of them were in the Hall of Fame.
Which one was
Which
that?
one was that?
Pride.
And then for some reason, Pan's Labyrinth.
It's because Pan's Labyrinth is brilliant and everyone else is an arse.
Rob, can you email me that
no,
that slide thing?
it's
Yeah,
so,
man. I'll well, what I was going to do is I was just going to chuck it all on the group.
What he's going to do is he's going to change all the films to his films. The Rock best film. Nicolas Cage the best actor.
Sorry,
John's
again, I didn't
talking
hear
and no
a
one's
word
heard.
John said.
Oh,
No, talk.
I mean, it's not funny now because it's not in the moment, so it doesn't matter.
Good going, Humphrey.
Well,
You bloody runner-up, bitch.
Bloody runner.
Actually, yeah.
Guys.
Let's have a. I'm going to count how many runner-ups you got, Dan, because it's so sizable.
a lot.
Emmanuel, I don't like the way that your finger's there because it kind of looked like a penis a little bit. It's gone now though. That's really weird. It said you were muted, but I heard you talking.
Is it push to
Oh,
talk?
I did it very quickly.
Oh yeah, it must just not have registered quickly enough.
Got dexterous fingers.
Well, or his penis.
He's
You
got
would've
a
run
very
up
addictive.
6 times, Dan.
6.
6.
6 times, and you didn't win one.
And I didn't get Hall of Fame either, so fuck me.
Leonardo DiDan. I don't know how to make that work, but there you go.
What about Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, that's a great one. Thank you, Ben. I knew you'd come to.
Except he's won one now, so get fucked, Dan.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be-
the point, actually.
That's going to be brilliant next year when we do like the Daniel Humphrey runner-up award, and then like he again comes second.
Fuck.
Own award.
Oh yeah. On a side note, how many watched The Revenant here, where he actually did
I
win
did.
the award?
No, I've not
Me
watched.
and Pat did.
No, I've not watched it yet.
I heard that
Oh,
I heard a bear fucks him. It didn't seem like my kind.
Oh my goodness, it was a
Good
good
lord.
film.
It was a good
it also
fucking.
touched. It touched on the whole issues that
Oh,
I did a lot
Oh,
in uni
issue.
about as well, about the Native Americans and how they were taken advantage of and how the Americans came in and lots of stuff. Because it was back in the time when America or Britain had not long taken over a lot of America, and they were trying to do the same thing to Canada, and France were trying to fight back against that. So you've got that happening at the same time, some Native Americans being taken advantage of and raped and all sorts of other things. And it's messed up. But the way they approach it and the way they do it and everything is good. Like it's got serious matters in there. So I like how the film's done and whatnot. It's not all about that. But
No, but it happens, right? And it should be kind of highlighted.
random question for people in
Definitely.
terms of history.
Cool.
Just because Emmanuel mentioned Canada and France like fighting against it, does that have anything to do with why like there's a just section of Canada that's like French Canadian? Like,
Yeah.
is it related to that?
Probably.
Yeah, it is like the whole fighting
Bless you,
over
Ben.
Thank you.
what would be what. And even only more recently, how many years ago? Maybe is it 5 or 10 years ago? Did Quebec and Montreal actually were they kind of, I say not able, but did they actually enforce that French is not only the main language, but you have to speak it to even be able to be considered to be able to have a working visa there? Because
Is
before,
anyone else confused how we got here? I feel like I've just had a stroke.
No,
Oh,
we
the
were talking
Revenant.
about the Revenant, and Amanda
Oh.
mentioned
Leonardo
that they were trying to
DiCaprio.
take over Canada, and that the French people were trying to fight back against that.
Why are we talking about Leonardo DiCaprio?
Because
Leonardo
Who's in the
DiCaprio.
Revenant?
no, we were talking
Oh, we're
about
talk-
Leonardo DiCaprio because we were taking the piss out of Dan. Although he didn't say that.
Oh,
Even though it
And-
doesn't matter anymore because he did win an award, which is how we got on to speaking about Revenant.
Yeah.
Because he finally won an award.
Yeah.
But you got to Photoshop me from what's it called? From Django. Where he's got
No, you don't get anything good like that. You'll be photoshopped as the bear, and
Oh.
that'll be that.
Yeah, but you said I
Oh,
was
man.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And this is why you don't get to be Leonardo
Yeah, fuck
DiCaprio.
it. My brain's fucked.
It won't be the only thing when that bear's
man.
done.
What?
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 Oh man, too much. But yeah, John, like you were saying, that was, yeah, it was very recent. So it's been I know it's kind of strange, but yeah, the rest is still very English. But
I'm surprised that's only recently become a thing because, like in places in Holland, in Denmark, like Amsterdam, stuff like that, like to work there, you have to speak both English and Dutch. And I don't know. It's weird to me that you could work in France without speaking French.
Just to clarify, you do know that Denmark's not in Holland.
I mentioned them as like adjacent things, Pat.
It's just because you said in Holland with like Amsterdam and Denmark. So I was just making sure you knew the difference between.
debunked.
I tell you what, I don't fucking know the difference because I'm shit at geography.
But yeah, that's how my auntie got in, just as like a thing that relevant reference to that, because she couldn't, and she's not the best at it still today, but she lives in either Quebec or Montreal. I can't remember now.
Okay.
And we were talking about at one point how things have changed now, and how it's very, very, very French, including all the signs and everything. Like a lot has changed into it's like, yeah, you have to read and speak, otherwise you're not going to have a good time here.
Considering it's still like within Canada, it's kind of funny that they're so like strict when Canada's such like a free country.
Yeah, it's quite.
Yeah.
Alec, if you're wondering why we're talking about random nonsense, it's because we're basically at the end of the awards call, so it doesn't really matter.
We're having
That's
an
right, so
after pie chat.
Yeah, no, I don't understand, but that's okay. You carry on. You're having fun.
Yeah, I mean, so going back to the Denmark thing, yeah, I'm just really geography. I know where Amsterdam is because I've been there, but else.
Denmark's further up.
I do like it further up.
Oh dear.
It's gone. It's gone to the gutter.
Got all the way up to the gutter. So yeah,
gutter.
Dan's a loser and everyone else is a winner. Done.
You could. You didn't have to tell me. I knew it already.
Said the winner of the worst film award.
Still won an award. As I said to Pat before, an
can't
award's an
complain.
award.
It's like when what's her name? Oh bloody hell! What's her name? I can see her face. The one in Speed. She got a raspberry.
Sandra
award.
Bullock.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock. She got a raspberry award, and she went there and picked it up for the awards ceremony.
What the fuck's a raspberry award?
That's a Razzie award.
Didn't she win the Oscar the next night as well?
What's a Razzie?
Razzie's like
basically
a
worst film.
award for shit film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she won Worst Actress in the year and then won Best Actress in the year.
Can I just check? Was I mishearing Dan, or did he actually say raspberry?
I said
He did say raspberry.
Okay.
It's not called a raspberry award. It's called a Razzie award.
That's fine, as long as I wasn't just imagining that he said raspberry.
Once again, Humphrey was just nearly there, but he
yeah,
tripped.
as always, nearly there.
It's fine. Story of my life. Just nearly there.
Nearly there.
That's what the award is. It's just like that.
We should just take the screenshot of Dan doing that, and then make loads of penis jokes first, but then use it for the runner-up picture.
I was thinking of it in a different way with bed. Like he's nearly there, but then she can't last as long as him. So then she gives up. But anyway,
I think
That-
we're
that-
gonna have to stop the call there, and
We're recording this.
Weird.
it's all right, Dan. You can stick your dick in the reef now.
Oh my.
Oof.
What
Blimey.
about Holly?
No, coral reef. Get it?
This is uncomfortable.
Well,
I mean, look, Dan's been pretty frivolent with what he says about my ex-girlfriend, so I feel like I should just say whatever at this point.
yeah. So
Villain.
yeah, she's alright.
Oh well, it's a good start, isn't it?
She's
Good.
she's still talking to me, so it's a good thing.
She's growing on me.
Yeah,
Well, you'd want to get that checked out.
like a tumor. It's not a tumor. Sorry.
Yes.
Well, Dan, that's the only time that you ever should be runner-up, so just stick to it.
Anywho,